convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rudy Drive. We welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And that one into the end zone for an opening touchback. First down, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. The 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
That's right, baby. Jack 16. Squeeze down the middle. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. Set the tone, defense. Alert, alert. Defense, let's go.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
2nd and 20. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Minka Fitzpatrick on
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He'll go up top, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
complete to
K.J. Hamler. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Broncos push further out in front. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Steelers, nothing. Brendan McManus to kick off 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for them. Circle round twice for the encore. You know.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep here for Ebron. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And down to the 15. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. This quick pass complete to Sutton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Locke. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on fourth down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, this from 33. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So not a good start for this rookie quarterback, already trailing in this first half, and that's going to make things worse.
Well, back in my day, this was not unexpected out of rookie quarterbacks. That's why a lot of coaches didn't want to play them. But coming out of college now, they throw it all the time. This is a little bit unexpected, the way that he's playing here.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A.J. Boye with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Bush leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Block working out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well. and popped it free from his grasp.
Kick is good.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
He was brought down by...
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
But it's brought in by Washington. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Roethlisberger now complete to Switzer. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And my goodness, another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 30-yard line.
Now it's Lindsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Lock. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Not a blitz, but the guy who's normally the last line of defense recognized that he had a chance to get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what he did.
For the Broncos.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Switzer. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 39.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for... And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Go on. Switch gears.
After the turnover, here's Lock. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Second and 16.
Watch the pass.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Got some room at the 30. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Open man is Switzer, complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
43-yard line.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rudolph. He'll get this one to Switzer. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Rudolph going to throw again. Forced out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ebron with it over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Rudolph on 3rd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Rudolph on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
That's another Steelers first down.
On 1st down, Rudolph. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
The Broncos 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now it's Rudolph. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
At the 6-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A final shot before half for Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time.
There you go. There you go.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Steelers.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Rudolph on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that will be incomplete.
Rudolph's pass.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Hamler now on the return. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Here we go. Set. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
Lock now on first down. Open man Hamler. That's complete. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
second down at 5. Now the Broncos' big-ticket acquisition, it's Melvin Gordon. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Switzer on the return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Rudolph. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And now here's Switzer, the target, and he's got it. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Switzer, a gain of 5 brings
2nd and 5.
At the 25-yard line.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 20-yard line. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Freeman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Taken down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and a yard, Rudolph, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Switzer, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to get a score back.
That touchdown was for all the fantasy people out there. May not change the final outcome, but some points were scored, and maybe some of the people at home are really excited to get those.
Extra point put through by Boswell. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Micah Fitzpatrick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Micah Fitzpatrick, thinking back to last year, had a pick 6 for the Steelers shortly after coming over from Miami, and he steps up with another one here. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Phillip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent, who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball in the backfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Down Broncos.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him.
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Tyson Alualu in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. From the gun, it's Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. Or something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
That's good.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Rudolph looking to throw, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
A.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing on first down is Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. He's at the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need them.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Todd Davis. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Rudolph looking to throw it. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
8 of 9. Brings up 3rd and 7.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rudolph. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Another run by Lindsey. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
On the carry.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a three-possession fourth-quarter lead. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. They look to throw. It's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Locke working out of the gun. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 40.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of us. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. McManus now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Broncos 55, Steelers 28. Brendan McManus.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare, flare. Jumper, jumper. 79 Broncos. Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. You must be.
Back to the air. Rudolph on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That third down conversion good for 23. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
Rudolph on the keeper.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
10 at their own 12-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Ready, go.
And they take a knee. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
They'll try to draw Lindsey, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 36. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
44-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Todd Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. James Washington was the intended target. 3rd down here.
Now 3rd and 19.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Ebron caught left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.